Chapman once again finds himself in the middle of another internal affairs investigation on October 7th of 2011. On August 14th, 2011, Sergeant Pete broadcast over the main radio that he needed an officer at 39 and in a half to assist with an unruly subject. Get me a unit here quick. Chapman was among those responding officers. Chapman exits his vehicle to assist Sergeant Alcocer, who is now struggling with the subject on the sidewalk a few feet from Chapman. Chapman immediately follows into camera view, ordering the subject to get on the ground. Chapman then employs his first baton strike to the subject's upper right thigh. After the first strike, he issues a second command of get on the ground. Sergeant Alcocer executes a hip throw and trip that drops the suspect onto his back in the grass immediately adjacent to the roadway. Officer Chris McNeil arrives on scene driving vehicle 1987. McNeil quickly exits his vehicle and rushes to assist. The second strike occurs simultaneously with Chapman's third command of get on the ground. Still lying on his back, the subject rolls to his left side with both hands visible in front of his abdominal section. The subject draws his knees towards his chest. Chapman then grabs the suspect's right ankle, straightens his leg, and delivers a third baton strike as he shouts a fourth command of get on the ground. Chapman immediately delivers a fourth baton strike to the suspect's right calf while issuing the fifth order, get on the ground, motherfucker. Chapman delivers his fifth and final baton strike to the suspect's right calf. On Monday, August 15, 2011, Chief Pareto ordered the Office of Professional Standards to conduct an examination of the incident. During my interview with Officer McNeil, he indicated his beliefs that Chapman had tunnel vision during the arrest, which ultimately led to Chapman's poor use of verbal commands. I asked the question, do you personally feel like it would be necessary for you to remove your baton or even utilize the baton in any way? Officer McNeil replied no. When I was there, he was on the ground and he was at a disadvantaged position. Sergeant Alcocer was asked if you were reviewing this use of force report at the moment where Chapman is deploying that baton, would you consider the suspect's actions to be at the level of active resistance? Alcocer responded, I would have to say, no. Chapman began his employment with the department in June of 2003. He has accumulated 8 sustained complaints, 4 for use of force, 2 unprofessional conduct, 1 fleet accident, and 1 rules violation. It was recommended that Officer Chapman is to receive an indefinite suspension. And at the bottom of the page is Chapman's signature and also the Chief of Police, Henry Pareto. Chapman's suspension began on October 7th of 2011. However, Henry Pareto, Chief of Police, decided to commute Officer Chapman's indefinite suspension to a lesser punishment of 137 days. And that was to end on February 21st of 2012. It's difficult to confirm whether that is true or false. However, in his personnel file, there is a documentation of Chapman's enlistment in the National Guard. In an email sent from Chapman to Henry Pareto, stated, after some careful thought and consideration, I decided to join the U.S. Army Reserve. I strongly believe that the leadership skills that I learn will help shape me to be a better supervisor to those that work for me and who I work for. I also believe that my specific job skill can help further the progression of the Galveston Police Department. I do ask for your support in understanding with this life-changing decision. I look forward to applying the leadership skills I obtained in the Army Reserve as I further my career with the Galveston Police Department. Signed, Chapman. 14 months after Chapman's suspension, he was then promoted to sergeant.